she's the Hydro Archon?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your...
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes, but the Hydro Archon's entrance was... Miss Hydro Archon?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the god... You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble... It's a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Furina here. Wait, does this...
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that...
Of course. That...
Ooh,
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy. And despite... You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their... Unfortunately, people nowadays only...
Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all...
on Araneus, criminals are always required.
You see. Then, as the god of justice...
Oh,
Right, this is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand...
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on. According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3...
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's Our Lady...
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait,
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydra...
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition.
You tell her, Linny! Finally, someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a...
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here,
ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
there. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the Traveler's hand all along. It was just...
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be...
I thought it was...
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's chart...
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here today...
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. But when there are valid grounds, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House.
Just like that! She's gone! Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. You never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Furina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most
But isn't the Opera House where...
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of... And speaking of...
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? You really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. no matter how the nation of until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine?
There are lots of others say that, but here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people...
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually...
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, as a magical item, these magic pockets have a stone.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby.